So the second half of Young Justice Outsiders is fast approaching, and there are several questions that need to be answered. Plotlines that were set up in the first half of the season and just over the course of the show in general. So I'm just going to kind of go over the main things that the second half of the season need to give us, especially since a season 4 isn't even confirmed yet. I think we will get a season 4, hopefully, because there's so much more the show can do and so many more characters the show can introduce and flesh out. Whether it will be on DC Universe or not, that's a totally different ballgame, but I do think we will get Season 4 in one way or the other, because we waited so long for Season 3, I don't see them canceling it again after bringing it back, and after seeing all the support fans gave it and all the love the show was getting. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the main things that the back half of Season 3 needs to answer, or at least hint on going into Season 4. First of all, the main plotline of the entire season, Darkseid. We need to see more Darkseid. We need to see this whole arc play out. I don't know if they'll necessarily defeat Darkseid, but I do want to at least see them go up against Darkseid. I think it would be interesting for Darkseid to actually win, because Darkseid is unlike a threat any of them have ever faced. And it looks like we'll be getting something along those lines, judging by the starting letter of each episode. How it spells prepare the anti-life equation. Of course, that's what Darkseid searches for. In the most recent promo, it showed some Granny Goodness, of course, one of Darkseid's most loyal and close followers, torturing someone. We've gotten hints towards Darkseid, we've seen Darkseid, we've seen his connection to the Light. Granny Goodness is, of course, a member of the Light. But this is really the first time we are going to see her up close and personal, like getting into the action against the heroes. Something that the first second half promo showed us was Amanda Waller and Captain Boomerang, villains like that. Also showed us Black Manta, but it showed that this could be some kind of Suicide Squad.
So that's it? What, we some kind of Suicide Squad?
So that would be interesting to see Young Justice's take on the Suicide Squad. Because if they are introducing Amanda Waller, I really feel like that's the direction the show would take her. The first half of the season, of course, ended with Deathstroke seemingly getting a text from Tara, so seems that they were setting up a Judas Contract storyline, so seeing Young Justice's take on the Judas Contract storyline would be very interesting. People have pointed out that we've already gotten plenty of storylines with Judas Contract. There was a recent animated movie, and with Titan Season 2 seemingly doing a take on the Judas Contract, or at least touching on aspects of the comic. People don't really see a need for it in Young Justice, but I feel like Young Justice will really do something different with it, and it's not going to be as comic accurate as other adaptations. It's definitely going to borrow from the comics if they do the Judas Contract take, but I feel with it tying in with the Light storyline and all the Darkseid stuff, and even possibly Ra's al Ghul and Jason Todd in some way, I feel like all this stuff is going to connect, because Young Justice just has a way of bringing all their storylines together. So I feel like it's going to feel really different even if it is comic accurate. And speaking of Jason Todd, we got a tease when Nightwing and his team went and visited Ra's al Ghul. He only had one line in that episode, and that was Grayson, showing that he was regaining his memories, of course, after dying and being resurrected by Ra's al Ghul. And he was, of course, confirmed dead in episode 12 when Beast Boy's hallucinating all the dead members. Or supposedly dead members, because we don't know if Wally's dead for sure. Which I'll get back to in a moment. But Jason Todd, he's one of the most popular characters in comics. This is something people have been talking about since Young Justice showed it. I feel like they have to at least show us some more and show what's going on with him. And maybe possibly become Red Hood towards the end of the season. I think Red Hood could really be something good for Season 4, which is why I'm really hoping Young Justice does get a Season 4, because I feel like the Red Hood storyline could be a very big part of the season. Also, in that same episode, we saw baby Damian, so I could see Batman maybe finding out that he did have a child with Talia later on in this season. But I actually don't really see Bruce finding out that he has a child until Damian's a bit older and well-trained by the League of Assassins. Also, I don't really see him finding out that Jason's alive until Jason fully fledges into Red Hood and starts dealing with crime in his own way. The final thing this season has to do, or at least I think it has to do, is either confirm that Wally is in the Speed Force, or confirm that he is dead. Or maybe not confirm that he's in the Speed Force, but at least hint at it. We have to know something about Wally. Because I do think he's in the Speed Force, But Young Justice is one of those shows where you just never know. I feel like they could swerve everyone that thinks he's alive and just, he's dead, he's not in the Speed Force. But I do feel that his whole character arc in Season 2 of him being slower than both Barry and Bart, it was all building up to him entering the Speed Force, reaching his full potential, and maybe even becoming the fastest speedster. The most talked about thing since the Season 2 finale has been, is Wally dead or is he in the Speed Force? It's all been about Wally. The show kind of revolves around this character that we don't know the state of, so they have to give us something. Especially since we aren't even confirmed a Season 4 yet, it may not even happen. I'm praying that it does, but if it doesn't, it can't end without us knowing about Wally. Everyone wants to know. I feel like they won't make that mistake. We'll see. So that's everything that I think the second half of Young Justice Outsiders needs to give us, or at least hint on and tease. So what do you think the second half of the season needs to do? How ready are you? I am super excited for the second half of the season. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys sometime.